is the Big O Show. This 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 is the Big O Show. This
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 16 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive the new 2024 RDX, $419 a month during our 16th anniversary sale.
So here we are. I wanted to show you the backyard again because we had some trouble last time, but you know, cuttersedgepro.com does some amazing stuff, and there are the boys and the girl. They're having fun. There we go. Right, Maiden? Right, Bono? There we go. They're having fun. I'm having fun. Look at our Sylvester palm. It is beautiful. We got another one in the front yard like that. You can take your home and landscaping to the next level. And the artificial turf, look at that. Look at that, the two dinosaurs going at it, huh? Look at that. Gotta love the dinosaurs. Look at them. They like to bite each other's legs. That's what they do. They play with each other and then they bite each other and they piss each other off. It's fun. One is Bono, which is the one farther away from you, and Maiden. She's the girl right here. She's a badass. That's for sure. So anyway, see the flowers are coming out. Very nice. Cuttersedgepro.com, folks. This big tree there will start budding that I'm showing you there soon. It'll have all kinds of flowers. I'll post another video and I'll show it to you. This is a backyard where everybody gets to hang out. Over there in the corner there, I put the barbecue and cook. So that way it's the farthest away from the house, you know. If I light myself on fire or somebody else, we're out in the corner away from everybody. There you go. See, getting some flowers coming out, which is a beautiful thing. And I swear by this artificial turf, it always looks phenomenal. I don't have to cut it. I don't have to water it. And so I'm saving a lot of money, hundreds and thousands in the long run, because I'm not watering or, of course, cutting the grass. And you know, here in South Florida, we cut the grass like every 10 to 14 days.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 16 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive the new 2024 MDX, $469 a month during our 16th anniversary sale.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slomin's, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Welton Rayom is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
Take a journey to our Caribbean paradise at Toyota of Hollywood. Get in the groove with great deals on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a Corolla, not $24,000, just $17,975. You'll be cruising and chilling with super low 2.99% financing. Feel the rhythms of the Caribbean today at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Alrighty. Good afternoon, boys and girls. We are back. It is midday or midweek, that is. Back from practice. Back from sweating our asses off. Damn, it's hot out there, dude. Jesus Christ. I just had to take the dogs to the backyard when I got home so they can go relieve themselves. And you just go out for a minute and it's just sweat. Sweat and sweat and sweat. That's why I would never take these beautiful hats to practice. When I go to practice, you'll see today I had my Miami FC hat, which is really a cool hat, but it has, like the net and let's breathe. But these are too nice to sweat up and mess up. You know what I'm saying? So I keep these in air-conditioned places, like my studio, that kind of stuff. But anyway, so very sweaty. Good crowd, by the way. A lot of you played hooky from work today. That was nice. Either that or maybe the unemployment numbers are bigger than what they're saying. I don't know. Either that, I don't know what's going on, but still. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, and it's really I'm going to talk about a couple of other things, but this is going to be Dolphins dominated completely today on the show. There's just so much to talk about and so many things, so many storylines and stuff. So we'll definitely get to a lot of the storylines, and I appreciate all of you out there as always checking in. Remember, you can support our show with a big ass like. All right, let's go. Hit that like button. There's only 43 likes, and there's 111 right now watching. So you guys could easily get us over 100 with just hitting the like button. You can also, of course, make a donation to the program, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. And you can always make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, which, we love that. As always, because that's like you're saying that you love us forever, because it'll be a perpetual donation, which is a beautiful thing. It's like forever love. You know what I mean? So you can do that. And of course, you can visit our merchandise store where we've got our shirts and hats. And by the way, good news, the last set of the colors and the dry fits all come in tomorrow and Friday. So everything will be shipped off over the weekend. And that's it. And then we can just move forward, and we've got all the material, and then we'll start to add after that, because we've already got thoughts on adding, but I don't want to add until we can actually got everything, together. So just want to make sure that we've got all of that going on. So many ways to support our show. And of course, you can visit Toyota of Hollywood. We'll be there next Wednesday, correct? Next Wednesday. This is the first Wednesday of the month. So next Wednesday we will be at Toyota of Hollywood. We're always there the second Wednesday of the month, and we'll be there. So please come out and visit us. Tomorrow we'll be at Hialeah Park, which of course we've got the no regret first bet, and they're giving away. Come on, man. You gotta. They're giving away an Alfa Romero that is absolutely badass. So go check it out. It's right there in front of Hialeah Park, right when you come into the casino entrance. And every time you play those loose slots, you get entries. And every time you get entries, there you go. And if you got to go in person at the end of the month on the 31st to claim your prize. Okay, I know I'm going to be there, so make sure you say hi. The hell, man, I might win the car. I'm not an employee. I'm eligible, so I always go down and play the slots, and then what I do is I go have dinner with the wife. We go play some slots again. She's play slots. I go play. I play poker. I don't play the slots, but I do play some slots just to get a couple of entries. But she's the one that plays the slots, and then so she gets us our entries, and then we lose. But hey, we have fun at it. Okay, so one day we might drive away with the car. You just never know. You just never know. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate all of you out there. Many, 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 many things. Sensationalism is off and running already. And my boy, Omar Kelly, who I saw him today, he was already Rachel Bush, which is the wife of Jordan Poyer. And I was going to talk about this. So it's so interesting that Omar put this out there. Right. And so, Omar ends up putting out there that Jordan Poyer has missed 6 straight games, 6 straight practices now. And couldn't tell you the last time physically I saw him. I physically saw him. And then he put, that's concerning. Rachel Bush, apparently following Omar, said it's his thumb shaking my head, which she probably, she's a very vocal person, so she's not going to shy away from sharing her opinions on things. And she's really not supposed to do this, but, whatever. It's his thumb shaking my head, not concerning at all. All-pro player going hard and showing that in practice. So, of course, that's bound to happen. I was going to talk about this today, and I was actually going to nip this in the bud before Omar put that silly tweet out there. There's no concern in early August. Did you watch Poyer? He looked great. He looked like he was comfortable. He picked off Tua one day. Might have been when he injured his thumb. Who knows? But it's not a concern. Jordan Poyer, I don't need him out there that much. He's a super smart, established veteran. These kind of people make easy transitions. Why? But again, sensationalism is what sells. I had another idiot come at me like, well, it's 6 days. It is. I don't remember the last time somebody, and I go, bro, I've been doing this for 34 years. I've seen guys miss six practices. I've seen them miss 2-3 weeks. So what? Shit happens. It's football. People get injured all the time. Do you expect your team to go through every practice without a nick, a knack, a bang, a bump, a bruise? It's going to happen. Today, Aaron Brewer hurt his right hand. Didn't seem too serious because he stayed there after he went checked out and then came back, was holding his helmet with his left hand, was hanging out, getting his right hand checked a little bit. But so they're very precautionary here. This isn't the Jimmy Johnson era where they're going to make you go out there and play with messed up ligaments or muscles or tears. They're not going to do that, dude. They're not doing that here. So, but people fall for this shit, dude. They fall for this. And I hate to pick on Omar on that, but it's silly. It's silly. It's not concerning. It's early August. You're about to play your first preseason game. We're 5 weeks away from starting the season. The hell am I concerned about with Jordan Poyer? Plus, if Jordan Poyer was looking terrible, came in out of shape, and then he gets injured, that's concerning. That's concerning. But he came in, he looked good, looked comfortable, making plays. Not concerned at all. Not concerned. So just kind of nip that in the bud. Jordan Poyer. Don't overblow it. It's not a serious situation. Okay. And it shouldn't be considered that by anybody. What else do we have? What else? A minute. Okay, there we go. All right, good stuff. Had to answer a text here. What else do we have here? Okay, had to check an email too at the same time. Got to do a lot of things at the same time. What else do we have here on the chat board? We got 67, 177 looking. Come on, man, hit that like. Let's go. Get the algorithms going. Get it out there for more Dolphin fans. I see Steven Gonzalez is in the house. I'm getting better, but you can hear my voice. It's not the same. The good thing is the last 2 days of sweating, I'm probably sweating out, a lot of toxins. So that's probably the positive out of, being outside and being able to at least go out and get some of that, get them toxins out of my body, man, and get this damn thing out of my system. But I'm getting better. We're hanging in there. Captain Saki is out in Tarpon Springs. Oscar Rojas, J-Town, appreciate it. Ray Sosa, Brooklyn Rob, NorCal, True Fins fan, John Santos. He says, I saw you at practice. I didn't say hi because I know you were busy with the insiders. But John, you should say hi. It's more important to say hi to you guys than to talk to the people I see for the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years. I see their faces all the freaking time. Trust me. It's no big deal, bro. Okay? So, yes, please come by and say hi. You guys are more important. All right? Let's just call it like we see it. So, please say hi. Sneak Attack, Skylar Timpton. Beautiful 76 degrees in Chicago. Hope you're feeling better. Feeling a little better, but still screwed up. Vivinetti, Phil Montgomery, until the online improves, will be stuck in the middle. O-line, yes. And we're going to talk a little bit about that because today there was a revelation, and we'll talk about that. Ocala Joe is in. We're smashing and listening. Hot and muggy in Biloxi. Yeah. It gets sticky over there too. Biloxi's a cool place. I think I took Sean. Sean, have you been to Biloxi? I think. Did you go with me to Biloxi? No, right? No, not yet. No, not yet. Let's see. Ray is in the house. Ray, thank you as always. Yes, Bonner is having a good camp. Let's see what happens now when we get into the games over the next couple of days. But he's definitely earning himself a roster spot on the back end. He's got to help you out on special teams if he's going to be one of the final corners. So that's something you got to look at too. You got to look at flexibility. That's why Ezukama has practically no shot to make the team. Really, no shot. He can't stay on the field. He can't play wide receiver, and he really doesn't help you out anywhere else. So unless he could come out and prove to be a dominant wide receiver and not a specialist, which is all he can be right now, there's no way he earns a roster spot. So it's kind of like that. It's tough. It's tough. They're trying to win. They can't screw around and keep waiting for people. You know, look at Cam Smith today. Poor kid. He comes back and he gets re-injured. And it's like, and I don't know. I'm not going to go saying, oh, he's a bust, but it's a disaster right now. The poor kid can't figure out his body. And clearly, whatever he was suffering from, he came back too early from it. And maybe it's because he knows where he's at. He's dying to help and he wants to play. And then he rushes it and he hurts himself. It's rough, man. It's rough. Tough one. Think Blue Dodgers, radio host in, Isaiah, the Jesse, I think it is, tuning from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Hope the Aaron Brewer injury isn't serious. However, we still need to beef up that O-line. Also could trade Mike White for another team's backup like that's no backup's going to save you, brother. Okay? It's Tua or nothing. So don't worry about that stuff. I'd worry more about the O-line. I'm not worried yet to completely worry about it, but we'll get into it. It is starting to be a little bit of a concern, but we'll see. Music Matt is in. One-Eye Jack, Jonathan Dill. Salvon Ahmed is done. Yeah, Jalen Wright is looking good, actually. Big O with the badass hat. Checking in from San Jose. Thank you, John. Gordon Shumway. Dude 67. Horn Dog. Brett Dodger. True Fin. Thank you all out there. How many tickets today for the legendary Storm Duck? Didn't make one play today. I did see him make a breakup today. Ragin is in. I think it was Storm that I saw. Pretty sure because I didn't mark it down. I think it was him. Now I'm thinking about it. I might be questioning the number. But anyways, let's see. Saw on Facebook some guy from the Naughty Dog Marina Cafe was looking to host a Miami Dolphins pre-post game show in Lighthouse Point. Huh? I don't know. Some guy from Naughty Dog Cafe was looking for a well, give him my business line number, 786-754-4664. That's 786-754-4664. And I have a couple of spots open for pre and post. 6 of the games have already been taken. 3 are on the road. That's 9 of 17. So I have 8 games left. So if he's really serious, please give him my business line number and have him contact me as soon as possible because I'm actually talking to a few more sponsors in the next couple of days. So I may have the entire season wrapped up soon. I hope, God. It's just been hard for me. I do everything, man. You know what I mean? Sean does all the production, and then I have to do all the other stuff, and it's the sales, it's the material on the show, doing the show, all that kind of stuff. So it takes up a lot of my time. And quite frankly, lately, last few months, I haven't had a lot of energy to go out and sell much. So I just haven't even tried, to be quite honest. And so now I'm actually trying some now and getting the show out there. And so it's just, it's just one of those things, man. It's tiring. It's tiring. It's tiring when you don't have a lot of help to do all the other stuff, the business side stuff, and you got to do it yourself. It's not easy, man. It's not easy. So please give him my business line number if he is truly interested. Let's see. I can't deal with Fudd Kelly. Omar's a good dude, bro. He just gets a little crazy with some of his predictions and stuff he sees at sometimes. Thank you, Ragin. Appreciate you. Jack Ryan. Yes, you can't practice with a thumb injury, sir. You are correct. That's very smart of you. Let's see. Jay Gelfin is in the house. Ray Sosa. Dude 67. True Fin fan. Umberto. Super Boom Shack. Luis Dominguez says, great seeing you today at camp. As always, Big O. Nailed it. Precaution is the key word during camp. Yeah, man. They're not going to put people out there right away. They're not like that, dude. Aaron Brewer, I'm not worried about it yet. He just might get like Holland. I'm not really worried about it because we saw him yesterday talking to the media after, and then they held him out today. And I think it's just precautionary. So give me a couple days and then let's see. I don't want to do what Omar did. I don't want to do what Barry just did. Barry said Poyer was walking around with a limp. And then the wife came out and said, it's his thumb. She wasn't answering to Barry's limp. She was answering to Omar's concerning. She didn't see Barry's limp, but Barry said the same thing. Saw Poyer, he's limping. I don't want to do that because Waddle walks with the limp. It's not that he's injured. He walks with a limp. So what am I supposed to do? He's not injured. Now, he has some kind of thing, but I mean, if you watch Waddle and you don't know, you think, oh, is it a leg? Well, no, it might not be. He just walks like that. So I'm not going to tell you that Aaron Brewer, oh my God, I'm concerned. Let the other people do that shit, bro. You guys know I don't do that here. I don't play the sensationalism game. I wait till I get the facts. And I don't necessarily go crazy over stuff that, I don't need the views. I don't need the clicks. I'm not doing this for that. If I did that, then I would just take all kinds of crazy roads so I can drop the views and up because that's what people like. They don't like sensible shit. They don't like common sense. They don't like that stuff. The majority likes craziness. So scare the shit out of them. They love it. I'd rather be healthy in January versus the preseason. Plus preseason is basically cardio for the players. Exactly. John Valoria, thank you, sir. Like 4 fights today on the far side field. Yeah. Nobody got injured, which is a good thing, but no big deal, bro. Fights, whatever. Dennis Akers, you seem better today. I physically feel a little bit better, but the system is still not clean. Patrick, thank you. Vecchio from New York, I appreciate you. Julius Miami caught Big O live today. Thank you, Julius. Let's see. Lisa Rose is in the house. Big O, hopefully the O-line situation is like last year where everyone had their doubts, but when the season began, they were all right. Yeah, and healthy. We need healthy. That's the big one. I need a Dolphins Super Bowl this year. It's been too long. I'm with you, Travis. Nyborg waiting on little Debbie to drop some rain on us in Virginia. Yeah, she don't drop a little rain. She drops a lot of rain. Relentless is in. Fernando, Travis, Jordan Poyer's wife might be the hottest woman I've ever. She is hot. She is a absolute and total smoke show. Yes, she's a 10. From 1 to 10, she's a 10. Yeah, you nailed that shit. Waddle has the Alonzo Harris from Training Day Pimp Walk. Yeah, exactly. Marcus May, he's going to be the third safety on this team when they need him. And the good thing is he plays both safety spots, so he'll be able to fill in for both guys if anybody gets dinged up. So, Tyndall actually made a play again today. He's got no shot at making this team, but like I told you, good for him. He's having his best camp, and maybe he sneaks onto the practice squad here. But because he was a former draft pick, a third rounder, the Dolphins will end up cutting him. I doubt he clears waivers. Well, I'm sure he clears waivers, and then somebody tries to get him. It's probably what it is because they won't want to pick up the salary. So they'll wait till he clears, and then there'll be a little bit of a little war. Somebody offers a little bit more than minimum, and he takes it or something like that. But that's the good thing for Tyndall, that finally somebody puts him in a system that allows him to make some plays. Too late for Miami, but maybe he can resurrect his career, somewhere else. It's I don't like necessarily trashing people like Tyndall. I told you this. I'll make fun of a Preston Williams because you're lazy and you bring it upon yourself. Super gifted and you're lazy. Tyndall has never given up. It reminds me of the kid yesterday that signed with the Chargers, and I retweeted it because what's it called? Adam Schefter tweeted it out last night that the kid signed with the Chargers, and he's been a perennial backup or a guy that would be in the UFL or the AFL or something like that. But I give him so much credit because he has a dream of trying to become an NFL quarterback. And after all these years, the dude never gives up. And to me, that is a great example for any of us. We all fight for dreams that we all want to achieve. This was my dream. I wanted to be a sports talk show host. That's what I wanted to do. And in my early days, obviously it was, okay, I want to work at the local sports talk radio station and cover local sports. And I was able to do it. I've done it for a long time now. So we all fight for our own dreams, whatever they are. And this kid, I think his name is Garcia, that signed yesterday. I just found it amazing. He's like 29 or something like that, which most guys would have given up on their careers. And he's still fighting, man. And that is something admirable for any of us, any of us that are trying to chase that dream. And if you don't give up, it still gives you a chance to achieve it, man. And he's on an NFL roster. He may not be starting in the NFL, but he's been on an NFL roster a few times, and he's been down in the minors several times too. So it's an interesting story. I can't tell how bad the injury was for Cam Smith at this point. Does it really matter? Like, it's just bad that he can't get on the field and stay on the field right now. What you have to do, unfortunately, with Cam Smith, put his ass on the shelf now for a while. And you just can't hurry him back. The good thing is Cater Kohu's playing his ass off. Made another play today. Ethan Bonner showing up. Jason Maitrey, who already has earned a a practice squad spot, in my eyes, that guy's making noise too. So that's the good thing, that there's some other players that are helping out, and maybe you can find some other guys. By the way, you got us over 114 likes. We got 231 watching. Let's get it over 200 now. Let's go. Thank you so much. It's very kind of you all. So hit it. Let's get it to 200. Give me a second here. Without this Mucinex, I've told you guys this before. Whenever I have a throat issue, it's the best thing for it, actually. At Mucinex. Chris Trevez, what do you think about signing Stephon Gilmore? No. You have your starting corners. You have your guys, and you have guys that are battling for the nickel spot right now, and dime. You're all right, bro. You're all right. No. But I don't think that's something that you want to bring in at this point in time. Plus, yes, it's Luis Perez. Thank you, George. I said Garcia, right? Garcia, Perez, Rodriguez, Hernandez. Well, it's all the same. So I can do those things, by the way. Anyway, so it's funny that the Gilmore thing is not something that you really need at this point in time. I don't think that secondary is a big issue at this point. So you're good. And I don't even know if that guy wants to be a backup, and maybe he wants to be a starter on the outside and that kind of stuff. I hope we're not carrying the injury bug over from last season. Injury. Do you watch the headlines? Did you see that they carted off a player from the Falcons? It's football, dude. There's going to be injuries. You're not going to go through practice every day and games every week without people getting banged up, man. Unfortunately. You know what I mean? You just got to hope that they're healthy in the right moments. I don't care if Jordan Poyer is missing 6 practices in late July into early August. Why would I be concerned about that? I saw him. He came in great shape. He looked comfortable already. Saw him pick off Tua. Saw him knock down a couple of plays. He looked terrific. But he is an older player. He's got mileage on him. He plays at a high level. Okay, you gotta protect him from him. So even if he maybe he can practice with the thumb. Maybe he has an injury that he could play in a game. But at this point, it's we know who you are. We know what you can do. Why are we going to put you out there to get injured again? There's no reason. So, or re-injure it any further, or let it linger. Let's get you healthy. And those are the responsible things to do. Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. We start off with USA Basketball defeating Brazil yesterday, 122-87. They will advance to the semifinals against Serbia. That'll be on Thursday at 3:00. Devin Booker led the way with 18 points. Ant-Man had 7. Bam, by the way, he tore it up again. 19 minutes, 9 points on 4 of 8 shooting. So far, for those of you, Ira Winderman and others that kept thinking, well, maybe Bam will become this offensive force now. No, that's never going to happen. But anyway, they won and they advanced. That's the important stuff. Noah Lyles today has also advanced to the men's 200-meter final, already winning the 100. So 1 of 2 down for him. Thursday, Chase Stadium, round of 32 Leagues Cup. Miami will host Toronto. Miami minus 180 on the money line, even with no Messi. Toronto plus 400 on the money line. Interesting. And in Dolphin practice, Aaron Brewer hurt his right hand. Don't know how serious it is. Waddle still being held out of practice. So is Jordan Poyer and Braxton Berrios, Anthony Walker, Javon Holland, Ezukama, and Cam Smith returned, but did re-injure himself in today's practice. And Salvan Ahmed was another that was injured, that was also not practicing today against the Falcons. And 3A Graphics, please call my guy Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443, custom printing and embroidery. Call my guy. He knows how to get it done, man. He's a monster. Alan Blanco, 3A Graphics. Wherever you're at in the country, you can call him. Support the great sponsors that support our program. All right, we got 239 watching and 126 hitting that like button. Smash it, baby. Let's get over 200. All right. Today, not a good day for the offense. They're really no deep shots. A lot of the stuff was underneath. There was a lot of penetration. The middle of the offensive line did not do a good job. Eichenberg went to center after, Brewer got injured. I have been super patient with Eichenberg, and I've told you I think he'll have a good year this year, right? But today, when asked about Eichenberg and his position there, he talked about it in a positive fashion, but he talked about it more in a utility fashion than saying he didn't really go out and say, well, he's establishing himself as the left guard on this team, and that's who he's going to be, and yada, 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 boom, boom, boom. No, I mean right guard on this team, and that's where we're going to keep him and all that kind of stuff. He talked about his versatility and all that kind of stuff. Now, has Eichenberg had a good camp so far? No, he has not had a good camp. He's been, I would say, up and down, inconsistent, right? And I give them the benefit of the doubt because they have pretty much fixed most of the guys that they pick up, including, Austin Jackson has played their, even Wynn played his best football under him. Kendall Lamb has played his best football under him. Guys have turned the corner under these guys and have played well. So it's not just one. Robert Jones is getting better. Robert's a really tough guy on top of all of that. It'll be something to watch after this game, because I would imagine my early guess is that Aaron Brewer doesn't play in this game. So how do you handle the center position? Does Eichenberg play that game? Then he doesn't get, time at right guard. So it's just kind of a screwed up situation. Or is the hand good enough that you say, all right, he can play? Remember, you've had some snapping issues. It's the right hand. You kind of want to make sure that hand is, perfect or close to it in order to do it. If you can't play him at right guard and give him time to grow in that position, then you're moving him back to center. This becomes a real pain in the ass for the Dolphins. And it just becomes a burden on Eichenberg too, not just the team, because it's not fair to any player if you constantly are moving him around. There's no way to get better. If you're a 10, 15-year veteran and you've been at it forever and you played 6 years at guard and 4 years at center, and then, and so they're moving you around because you're in the latter part of your career and, you can kind of help. Okay. But when you're young and dude, you've been at one tackle, the other tackle, one guard, the other guard, center, it just becomes a pain in the ass. And it's hard for anybody to find their ground. And so this becomes a little disturbing on it, because the way you made it sound, you were completely committed to Eichenberg. The way you made it sound today, you didn't give an answer that was completely committed to Eichenberg at right guard. So let's now see what happens over the next week here, from the game to the next game, what happens at right guard. Okay. And I know people have talked about trading and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll get into that, if that ever happens, but it's way too early for all of that. But it does discombobulate things for the offensive line a little bit. I have to, you have to admit that. It just kind of takes things a little bit out of whack. So first and foremost, let's hope the Aaron Brewer stuff was, hey, let's just hold him out the rest of practice. He'll be fine. And he's back, Friday playing, and, he gets in a couple snaps, and then they get his ass out or whatever. So that way Eichenberg can get some time at right guard. But if then they put him at center, I don't even know. Do they? They're going to have to play some of these offensive linemen because the offensive line needs to play, But it's just, I don't know how they're going to handle it. But it does kind of discombobulate the whole situation. There's no doubt about that. Let's see what else. Not sure if you addressed this already. How's he? Well, I'm talking about that. O-line hasn't looked good so far. Again, early. You're not really running the plays you want to play and all that kind of stuff. You're kind of vanilla. You're not really doing anything exotic. So you're not really coaching it up to give your players a better advantage. You know what I'm saying? But they haven't looked good. I can't make any excuses for the offensive line. They haven't looked good. Now, Wynn isn't there and Armstead isn't there. As you all know, when Armstead isn't there, it brings, a balance to the line that it's just, you cannot argue it. By the way, really cool was today watching Armstead coach up Keon Smith, coach up Eichenberg, coach up Paul today. As I was watching in the morning, when they were getting ready, they were inside the building warming up because the Falcons warm up outside. The Dolphins always warm up inside in the AC in their indoor facility, and the media is allowed in there to check it out. So I was in there watching, and I was watching Armstead just, leadership, through the yin yang, bro. Just absolutely freaking awesome stuff, man. Awesome stuff. So it was really cool. Even, coaching up Eichenberg too on top of all of that. So I thought that was actually really, really cool. What else? I already talked about Cam Smith. He came back and got re-injured again today. I don't know how serious it is or whatever. Okay. Cam Smith is not ahead of Ethan Bonner right now, unfortunately. Cam Smith is behind everybody right now. Oh, have you watched the Bitcoin movie released on YouTube? I thought it was an interesting watch. No, I have not seen it. As long as Poyer is in shape, he doesn't need any preseason. He's played at a high level for a long. Exactly. It's not something to be concerned about. It's silly. We're in early August. Big O, we can't depend on Cam Smith being our starter at corner. You can't do anything right. You can't depend on him to be on the team right now. So he can't stay healthy. Kid's got to figure his body out. Doesn't mean it's over for him. That's silly. Just sometimes it's a harder transition for some than others. So let's see. Yeah, Nyborg, I don't know yet. It's still too early to give up on Eichenberg too, but I can't say he's looked good. I'm worried about the interior of the line. You should be. We're all in this year. We have cap space. We have picks, etc. Make a move if you think it fits right. Yeah, but it's, first of all, the other teams have to be willing to make the move. It's not just make a move. You've got to make sure that the person's available and that, the compensation is fair. And then you also got to, I don't know what player we're talking about, but it sounds so good in the media and with fans, but that's fantasy football. And early in the season, it's hard to release depth because you just don't know what's going to happen. So the person that needs them now will need them in the trading deadline, and they know it. But you may need them before the trading deadline. So if it's something of value, you might hang on a lot longer because you're not going to lose any value. What you might do is increase because the desperation gets bigger on the other side. So it's not so simple to make a trade right now. But again, fans and media, some media, make it sound like it's really easy and you can turn around and make a trade in a moment. You know, it's kind of silly. Let's see where we at. 150, 233 watching. Let's go. Hit that like button, baby. Hit that like button. Cash App or Venmo, as always, at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. And you can always make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. Appreciate you all out there, as always. The stock market, it was up. Now Dow is down 119 points. The S&P is down nearly 10 points. The NASDAQ is up about a point. Bitcoin right now, let's see, is at 55,111. It's been fluctuating between 55 and 57 in the last 24 hours after dropping to 49 and then climbing back up again. Brian Doherty, that is. Thank you, sir, for the love on the super chat. Damn, that one came out all right. Hope you're doing well, Big O. Odds that the Dolphins make no big moves and just carry over the cap. I would say 95%. 95%. Yeah. I would say something like that. Yeah. All right. What else do we have here? All right, let's go. Aaron Brewer hurt his right hand, stayed at practice after getting checked out, so it wasn't like he was taken to the hospital right there in the field or anything like that. He stayed there, so maybe it's not serious. Don't go crazy. Jalen Waddle again was injured. The coach addressed it. He didn't look at it as a serious thing. I wouldn't be concerned either. It's not like he needs a ton of practice right now. Jordan Poyer, according to Rachel Bush, his wife, has a thumb injury and not a big deal. He has missed 6 straight practices. Again, there were reactions about concerns. I would not be concerned in early August with Jordan Poyer. Cam Smith did return, re-injured himself. Don't know exactly what the injury is. It looks like some kind of leg injury, but I don't know what the hell it is. Maybe a growing, who knows, dude. It feels growing like, but that's just a crazy guess. I have no idea what's going on, but it's bad for him, unfortunately. Others, Barrios, Walker, Holland, Ezukama, and Ahmed also did not practice today. Dolphins did sign former UMer Mike Hurley Jr. to a contract. Practice ended with Rondale Moore injuring his leg. He was taken off the field on a stretcher and then taken right to, they put one of those air casts on his leg. He was moving and everything, so it wasn't anything about some kind of, paralyzed or anything like that. Nothing like that. It was just a leg injury, unfortunately. Obviously serious if they put an air cast, the poor kid. And Kohu earlier in practice made a play on Rondale Moore, knocking down a pass. Kohu has looked good. Kohu's looking like the Kohu from 2 years ago. I'm just saying. By the way, one more note, not that I give a shit about it. Michael Penix doesn't have touch. Well, maybe it's the game speed he's still adjusting to. His touch sucks. He's got a great arm. He can move around. He's got a rifle. But when it comes to placing the ball like touch, he's terrible, dude. Wow. It was ugly yesterday. It was really ugly today. Just got to be honest. So I know that there was a lot of talk, and some of you idiots out there wanted Michael Penix for the Dolphins, which is some really stupid shit. But just so, maybe it's game speed. Maybe it's game speed, and he's adjusting to it. But he's been in practice already. He's been in the off season, and watching him for 2 days practice against the Dolphins, I saw a lot of inaccurate moments, dude. No, I'm just saying, but whatever. So we'll see. Maybe he fixes that as he adjusts. If he doesn't adjust to the game speed, then it's an issue for him. You know what I'm saying? Not sure yet. I haven't seen enough. But in 2 days, his touch sucks. That's all I know. That's what I walk away from for 2 days of watching Michael Penix. His touch sucks. Let's see what happens in the game. Maybe he's a lights come on guy. I don't know. I need to see a lot more from Michael Penix. But 2 days, not impressed. Let's see. Thank you, Brian, as always. Thank goodness for DCA to offset these daily wild, volatile swings in the market. Exactly. You know how to handle it, Brett. It's a beautiful thing. Marcel Louis Jacques said it perfect when you had him on last August. Makes no sense to double worry about what happens in training camp when you'll be worrying about the issue if it actually happens. Exactly. But it's great to write about it or go on TV or radio or YouTube and sensationalize it because it gets fans going. You know, it's just kind of the way it goes. People love sensationalism, bro. And people fall for the bullshit all the time. By the way, our show is proudly brought to you by Caneswear. We love Brett and all the great people at Caneswear. 2655 South University Drive in Davie. Go check out my boys out there at Caneswear. And listen, they've got all kinds of Dolphin stuff, all kinds of great Dolphin hats. I showed you the video of it. It's freaking awesome. We did it last week when we were there. Showed you a whole bunch of Dolphin hats with the old logo or the new logo. As you know, I'm more of an old logo guy, but they've got it all there. Heat stuff, Panthers, Stanley Cup champion stuff, all kinds of car flags, regular big-ass flags, tents for tailgating, Dolphin tents, tents. They got anything and everything practically with a logo on it, sneakers, shirts, hats. I mean, you name it, dude. And if you go online and you order over $99, you will get free shipping. Use our code BIG010. You will get 10% off anything on Caneswear. Use the code BIG010 at caneswear.com. Let's see. Was up. I was in practice when Smith first got hurt. It looked like a hamstring. He was massaging his rear quad during warm-ups. I'm not a doctor, but it was my observation. Hamstrings can be tricky. Yeah. Could be a hammy. Could be a groin. Who knows? Who knows, bro? Penix has a cannon, but has a very bad accuracy. I saw him play a lot last year. You did? I didn't watch him that much, so I can't say it a ton. I watched his highlights, tapes, and all that, but to me, it's not somebody that I really gave a shit about because there was no reason to look at quarterbacks. They weren't going for a quarterback. I know, some of the media out there and Josina Anderson, thinking all that, but I kind of know exactly what was going on, that they weren't going for a quarterback. But whatever. What can be done with the constant? Nothing. It's just bad luck. Can't do anything about it. I can't stand sensationalism. It's the greatest of all time. It's the greatest of all time. Could this happen? Well, dude, here's the best sensationalism. And I swear, every county, city, and state official, we need to punch them in the face when they say this. I saw the guy from South Carolina yesterday. This is a once-in-a-generational, 1,000-year storm. Hey, you fucking assholes. These storms are happening every week all over the world. They're not once in 1,000 years. They're happening all the time. Okay? And they're going to happen to all of us at one point or another. These torrential downpours will affect all of us. That's the life that we're in right now. That's where we're at. And you just better hope you live in some part of the world that can drain quickly. Because if you live in a concrete society, deal with it. It's going to be bad. But every one of these idiots, and it doesn't matter what city, what county, this is a once in a lifetime. No, it's not. Asswipe. You're getting another one in a couple of months, maybe next week. In fact, Fort Myers, they were saying the same thing about the last storm, and they just got walloped again. It's like, stop it already. That's sensationalism. That's lying to people. Oh, no, this is a once in a lifetime. No, it's not, dude. This is a common occurrence. Stop lying to people. Why do we want to lie to human beings? Why do we get on camera and on radio and tell people flat out lies? So sensationalism happens in every walk of life. And that's the perfect one. That's the latest one. That's the latest one. To calm you down like it'll never happen again. Bull crap, dude. It's such a disservice that goes on constantly. So, Big O, if I was married to Rachel Bush, I would fake a growing injury just to get her to rub it and make it better. It's a great plan. It's a great plan. We get heat waves, floods, and storms every year. It can be once in a lifetime if it happens. It can't be once in a lifetime if it happens every summer. I know. You know, people are easier to control when they don't know the truth. Yes, that is it. That's the main problem. Malik Washington. Another couple catches today. This kid, he's really growing into the position of the slot receiver. I'm liking and he's a baby still, you know what I mean? But so far, I like what I see from Jonnu Smith. I like what I see from Malik Washington. Some of these new additions, I love what I'm seeing from Jalen Wright. New additions to the team. Jalen exploded for one today. And the other thing that I saw with Jalen Wright, I saw it with what's it called? Damn it, I'm brain farting now. The fullback. Jesus. Anyway, runs up the middle in between the tackles. So that was really good to see that because, there are a lot of outside stuff. So you saw stuff, up the middle. And I thought that was actually really good. And Jalen Wright, looking comfortable, man. Looking comfortable, looking explosive. It's just nice to have the Mostert, Achane, and now Jalen Wright combination. That trio is going to be absolutely beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. I'm telling you. Let's see. This has always happened with weather. Look at the temps and the record temps. The shows 1800. Sometimes they show during the weather. It's what's going on now never happened when I was a kid. That's all I know. And we weren't around for the 1800s to really document everything going on all around the world, my brother. So we didn't have digital cameras everywhere and cameras in every crack and crevice of the world. What's those regular cams that are all over the place? We didn't have any of that shit. We didn't have 24-hour news cycles and all that kind of stuff. We really don't know what happened in 1800 or 1700 or 1600 or anything like that. All I know is that what's going on now did not go on when I was a kid. And I'm only 58. I had friends of mine that would hang out in the neighborhood every day without a shirt. The shirt was on the side and the shirt was put on when they went into somebody's house, because you never walked into somebody's house without a shirt. Try doing that every day now. Yeah, I don't think you're doing that every day now. You know, I don't think you're doing it every day for an hour when you play basketball. They used to. Okay. It's just shit that goes on now that never went on. Ever. You know, and it's obvious as hell. So something's changing. And it's not for the better. That's for sure. So the only thing is, just don't tell me it's a once in a lifetime storm and all that. That's the stuff that just doesn't fly for me, you know? The coaching staff is managing injuries better than most often coaching staffs in the past. Yes, that is true. That is true. Ingold, yes, that was it. Ingold. Right up the middle with Jalen Wright. So that's like a nice little change that we're seeing. The other thing with Jonnu Smith, he's coming out of the backfield. They're using tight end screens. Did you ever see them do tight end screens with the other tight ends? No. But with Jonnu Smith, they're doing all that kind of stuff. So clearly they're going to use those guys. You know, they're going to use the tight end. It's going to be involved in the offense. And by the way, when your offensive line is only excelling at protecting for 2 seconds, you need to pass to the tight end, the running backs more. And that's something that's an element that wasn't part of the Dolphins offense the first 2 years under Mike McDaniel. Not enough. You did it, but not enough. Now you added Jalen Wright. You have you have A-Chain. I need to see those guys catch more passes. And now that you have Jonnu Smith and Julian Hill, I need to see tight ends. Julian Hill had another beautiful one today. Julian Hill, you know that this guy has moved down to number 3 now. Smythe used to be the number 1 tight end. He's the number 1 for blocking, if you want. But Julian Hill is the better all-around tight end than him. And then obviously Jonnu Smith is a better receiver than him. So in a perfect world, you want Smythe to drop to number 3 because he's not skilled enough offensively to ever be a 1. He's a decent 2, excellent 3. So now that tight end is going to be included a lot because I'm seeing Julian Hill involved. I'm seeing Jonnu Smith involved. I'm loving this, dude. Loving this. You know, it's easy to talk about some of the negatives. Let's talk about some of the things that I do like and I'm watching. Those are a couple of things that I really like. Let's see. Calling it now, we will have the best rushing attack in the NFL this year. God, Kupo Beer, that would be fantastic, my brother. That would be a blessing. I guess the Weather Channel is lying. If they tell you about the 1800s, yeah. They don't really know. We didn't have real records of everything going on in the 1800s. Come on, man. Let's go. All I could tell you is I'm going to go with the 1970s in the 80s. And that's all I care about. Who gives a shit about the 1800s? Who lives past 200 years? So all I know is what didn't happen 40 years ago happens violently now. Not often, violently. Violently. We have all kinds of floods and streets and cities, just rivers and rushing and cars just getting swept away and all that kind of shit. Never used to happen. Okay? This happens everywhere, every week, because things have changed. So, but you know, whatever. So, what you say is true, Big O. I also think our infrastructure being built up like it is today also makes a difference on how the environment handles the weather. Yeah, well, if you only add concrete, where the hell does it go? There's no ground to absorb it, you know? So it's tough. That's what will go down to Brickell. Why do you think? It's at water level already, and it's all concrete. So the sewage doesn't have an advantage because it's all at water level. So everything will flood. Fort Lauderdale, everything will flood. It's done. You can't do anything about it. I'm hearing of a new technology quickly growing grass for NFL games and stadiums. I wonder why the NFL is not interested in this as much. Where did you hear this new technology? Who's talking about it? What legitimate source is talking about it? It's very vague what you're saying. A new technology quickly growing grass. Who? Stephen Ross bought the company that grows grass. Sounds pretty interesting to me. I think he's interested in fixing the problem. I'm not sure, but that sounds like it. When you buy the entire grass company, so you always have grass, sounds to me like he gives a shit. I don't know, but, vague stuff with no real facts behind it. It's hard to follow that perfect cue. I heard Julian Hill is a weight strength monster. He can block, dude. He can block. And he looked good last year at times, and then he dropped some passes. This year, he looks calm, cool, collective, and comfortable. That's the difference with Julian Hill. Julian Hill looks like he's not thinking anymore. He's just running routes and doing his thing, dude. It's impressive. They have seriously upgraded tight end with the improvement of Julian Hill, and then obviously adding Jonnu Smith as a fast ass tight end that they can use. From what you've seen so far, have you seen anything that signals what direction our offense is headed? Pass heavy, mixed running. Well, like I told you, I'm seeing a lot of running. I'm seeing not a lot, but I'm seeing running plays up the middle with Jalen and with why am I doing that again? Ingold. With Jalen and Ingold, I'm seeing Jonnu Smith running the ball out of the backfield. I'm seeing him with tight end screens. So I'm looking at what I have not seen. Well, no, I've seen a few of them, is passes to the running backs too. So I'm looking at that part of the middle of the field that they're going to work it more than they have in the past. So yes, they will stay dangerous with their receivers, but it looks to me like the tight ends and the running backs are going to be involved a lot more in the passing game. And I think that's an improvement. And in the running game, I think they're going to run up the middle now. They're going to look to try to do that. Obviously, the offensive line issue has to be correct in order for you to do that. So we'll see. We'll see. What kills us first, Mother Nature or AI? Age for me. I won't fall for AI, and I will avoid Mother Nature. I've already got a plan. Let's see. People building on swamps here. Yeah. Keep putting concrete. Keep eliminating grass, and it's gonna sound really like prehistoric, right? But it's funny, right? Because the Lord put us here and he gave us everything we needed. And we didn't really need a lot of the stuff that we've built. And so we've overbuilt. And then here's the other thing. He put us on earth, right? And then all we had to do was eat from the ground. That's all we had to do. Our systems and everything were built to eat everything that the earth provides. But then we had to get crazy and start creating our own foods and creating all kinds of crap that we all eat every day, from a Twinkies to drinking a Coke to whatever that doesn't grow out of the ground or isn't produced naturally. And that's how we've effed up our entire systems and what we are. That's why when you run into those people that don't have any contact with the outside world and their tribes live forever and they have no highways and they have no Coke and they have no cereal and they have no nothing and they just live off the damn earth and they live for 100 years because that was the plan. The plan wasn't to make cotton candy. No. Plan wasn't to make pizza. No, that wasn't the plan. So, everything that's happened to us, it's on us. No one else. They gave us all the tools. We effed it up all. And then we mistreat each other and we fight. And we see, look what happens in the Middle East. It's been going on for 1,000 years. Every time one of them gets an advantage over the other, they will just absolutely have no mercy. Doesn't matter. So they put us here and then we effed everything up. Okay. All right. So anyway, old age hopefully gets me, my man. Maybe we should hire Tim Waltz or coach our O-line. Damn. I got to tell you, again, don't care about Kamala or Trump. You know what I mean? I'm not in favor of either one. But I got to tell you something. God, I could never be a tenth of the man that Tim Waltz has been. That guy was a teacher for 20 years. I mean, any teacher is better than I am, period. Because I'm just a talk show, a sports talk show host, okay? So I do nothing of value. I don't really improve anybody's lives or anything like that, okay? Teachers are the serious ass kickers of the world. And this guy was a teacher for 20 years. This guy served for 24 years, 2 tours of duty, including Afghanistan. I never did that. And then he was a football coach. He took over a team that was 0-27 and won 8 state titles. I don't know, but Tim Waltz is, man, he's a way, way better human being than I ever will be. It's too late for me to even try to catch up to him. I mean, wow. And then now he's been serving in government forever, and apparently he takes over a red state and compromises because that's what he's into, and he works with Republicans and Democrats to get a lot of shit done in Minnesota. Pretty special dude. I gotta say. Again, I will never have anything on that man. Wow. What? God bless him, dude. God bless that dude. Holy moly. What a story. What a story. What a human being. What a contributor to society. Man, all that guy's done is serve his entire life. That's truly, truly, truly amazing. School teacher, military, and now the government. That is wow. That's commend. Wow, that is some stuff, man. So I got to give him a lot of credit. I don't care about the politics. You all can kiss my ass on the politics. I don't care. You guys know that already. You should know that I don't care about any of that stuff. But I give credit where credit is due. Wow, what a resume. Holy moly, dude. That's impressive. By the way, the Cole Hawker 1,500 meter yesterday, that was pretty cool. I've enjoyed the Olympics a lot, man. A lot. Like rock climbing, I never thought I would watch that. Actually watched some of that. And it was amazing how these guys can 4.7 seconds to climbing that whole damn wall. Crazy. I don't care if Mike McDaniel makes our logo rainbow colors. If all our players kneel for the anthem or Mike McDaniel endorses Bernie Sanders, if we win a Super Bowl, I'm good. Yeah, but see, why'd you have to throw in Bernie Sanders? You went a little extreme there. Just a little bit. Just saying. Just a little bit there. Easy on ripping the pizza talk. I'm just calling it like I see it, bro. You know? It wasn't made for that. We weren't made to do all that stuff, bro. Just, cotton candy burritos, that's not what was intended. Oh, Lordy. Rosendo is in. Sounds like a life extraordinary lived. Oh, he's special, dude, because you got to be a special person to teach for 20 years and to serve in the military for 24. My Lord. And then to do what he's done in Minnesota, in a red state, to make him more blue, and then at the same time compromise with the other side, which is that's what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to like both agree on things. You're not supposed to win all the time. You're supposed to win. You're supposed to lose. That's kind of compromising, you know? Okay, you won this time. We didn't get exactly what. Okay, the next time we get what we want, and you guys, you know, and you kind of work with each other. You know, that's kind of the way it's supposed to, but it's not like that. The far right or the far left, they just want it all their own way. You know what I mean? And it's bad. It's bad. Well, no. Well, I don't know if Waltz is a Bitcoin person. I don't know anything about him tied to crypto at all. So, unfortunately, I have to look at the Democratic ticket as a anti-crypto ticket until proven otherwise. You know what I'm saying? So, what else? He went to Afghanistan, bro. Yeah. And by the way, he served 24 years. For you to even shoot it down, you know what? Block this asshole. Ex-Barbanian, whatever. I don't need an asshole like that here. Ex-Barbinator 319. Get rid of his ass. Somebody that serves 24 years, and he went to Afghanistan. But even if he didn't, he served 24 years, and he was a teacher for 20. Because you're a little right-wing bitch, and it bothers you that I'm giving him credit, you're out of here, asshole. How do you like that? That's all. I don't take any shit from a phony piece of crap. You don't even stand up with your own name or anything. So get out of here, bro. Clown. I'm going to pick on somebody that's been a better American than you ever will be, schmuck. 44 years of serving this country as a teacher and in the military. What have you done, shithead? What have you done for America? I don't care if he's left or right, Dan. I don't care about that. That's your problem. That's your tight right ass problem, Dan. That's all, dude. I'll call your ass out, Dan. That's your tight ass right problem, bro. Sorry if your butt hurt. That's your problem, dude. You're a tight ass right winger. Lefty loosey, tight ass right winger. I don't care, bro. I laugh at both of you clowns. And you all expose yourselves every time. And when you do, I'll crush you. So if you're far left or far right, you know, Dan, if you're a little bitch, sorry, dude. Sorry, my brother. You're a little uninformed bitch from the 1800s. Clase come mierda. To pick on a guy that has served this country for 44 years as a teacher and also in the service for 24, I mean, brother, that's you're a first class loser, is what you are. Way better American than you ever will be, Dan. We no longer have any respect for one another. Yep, exactly. I mean, if you don't respect that guy, I got no respect for you. I don't care about your politics, bro. I don't care about right or left. I tell you this all the time, but I'm going to give somebody credit that's been a teacher for 20 years and in the service for 24. Definitely. That's a real American, right or left. I don't care. If you taught and you served, way better than I ever will be. Way better than Dan ever will be. That's for sure. So Josh Shapiro was my choice. Mine too. Yeah. As a Jewish person, I was a bit disappointed he didn't get selected because he's pro-Israeli. I think that had something to do with it, with all the conflicts. That one controversy might have done it. But Josh is an ass kicker. Josh is more of a future presidential candidate, actually. he's the guy that has that potential down the line. He carries himself. He carries himself very well. Yeah, he's got it. There's no doubt. Big O, do you stake on Tangem? I have not. Can you? I didn't even know you can stake. Did they add staking already? I heard it was coming. Of course I would. I heard it was coming and I wanted it because they're gonna have Avalanche. And I'm an Avalanche guy. I don't see staking here. I haven't seen it, my brother. I don't see any staking in Tangem. Did you? Is it somewhere? Because I just looked at the app now and I don't see anything. Let's see. Do I have vinyl, Big O? You mean like records? Yeah, of course. Not much choice for us, sadly. Yeah, no, it's two bad choices. I mean, what are you gonna do? Yeah, we haven't had a good selection since 2018, 2016, 2020, now 2024. 3 shitty elections, 3 all mediocre candidates. Yeah, all of them. So yeah. So I know you Trumpy little bitches always hurt that I say that, but that's the truth. He's terrible, and so are all the other candidates, right or left. I don't care. They're all mediocre. None of them are going to help us at all. None of them are going to help us. Okay? So, Anyway, I like Josh too, but I think he was asking for a lot of power. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think it was that. I think it was the Jewish thing. I think she didn't want to deal with the controversy right now. And so she didn't want to lose any votes due to that. So she stayed away from that in a way. And then she picked Waltz over Shapiro just because of that. Because I think Shapiro's slightly the better candidate. I got to learn more about Waltz now, the person. You know what I mean? All the shit that he's done. Like, wow, dude. Had no idea. I was like, man, this guy has served his communities his entire life. It's pretty selfless, man. He's been very selfless throughout his career. Teachers are, I don't know, man. If you don't think a teacher is special, I can't help you. And it's not because I'm married to one and not because my daughter's also one. Forget that. Okay. It's just, you don't get paid a lot of money. You get treated like crap, and you're so important to all these kids. And I see them, how they react with my wife all the time, and they love my freaking wife, and they come back and say hi. And, and since we live and all that and work in the same neighborhood where she goes to school, we go out in stores and malls or whatever, everywhere, all throughout West Kendall and Kendall. And we run into her kids all the time. And you see it, dude. It's like the impact that they made. And that's when you're a teacher, you're a special person in my book. I know there's some bad teachers out there, like there's bad judges and bad police officers and bad reporters and bad salespeople and there's bad in everything. Okay, I get it. But in general, teachers are, we need to embrace these people and protect them and take care of them. And we don't do enough. Like our military, we don't take care of we've never taken care of our veterans. It's like since Vietnam, since the 60s. And it doesn't matter what presidency goes through, we never do enough for our veterans. Ever. You ever felt like that, Sean? That they've done enough for you at any time? No, right? Doesn't matter what decade, what presidency. You can, if you're right, you want to blame the left. If you're left, you want to blame the right. You're all assholes. Nobody's ever done enough for the people that really help us grow, that help build our foundations, that protect us. We don't take care of them. Think about that. We don't take care of them. It's weird, man. It's a weird thing, dude. Weird. I'm not concerned right now. I already talked about it. I'm not going to be concerned about certain players not practicing. Cam Smith, concerned, but not Poyer. Correction, organic. Eat with slightly less chemical trash ending up in your system. Thanks, Big O. We do it because of, well, Rosendo, you definitely do it for passion. You don't do it for money. No teacher goes, oh, I'm going to teach so I can get rich. I'm going to teach so 20 years from now, I have half my brain cells. Teachers they are just gold, man. So gold. So gold. Let's see, what else do we have? DJ Ozone, good day, y'all. Big O, that Fins cap you got on is fresh. Where did you get it? I think I got this one at Caneswear a while back. I don't know if I don't think they have this one anymore at Caneswear. I don't think they have it, but you can go to caneswear.com. They got a shitload of hats and all kinds of really cool ones. So check it out. Let's see. Local girl from Melbourne Beach won gold surfing. Very cool, huh? Very cool. My daughters say your wife is a beautiful person. Oh, there you go. There you go. Oh, that's right. That's right, True Fin fan. That's right. Your daughter knows my wife. Yes. Yes. So, teachers are, and our military, my God. Jesus, man. If you serve and if you did a tour of duty and all that, you should never need anything medically. You should never, ever, it should never even be a concern. Ever. No questions asked. It's disgusting. It's disgusting how we treat the people that help build us up. And we don't do enough to protect our kids either, by the way. So that's a whole different conversation, man. Whole different conversation. Today, by the way, Kendall Lamb played some right tackle. Keon Smith played left tackle. Okay. So that was, and you got to do that because Patrick Paul is not really going to be even active in most games. If Teron is healthy, Teron and Jackson start. And then you have Lamb and Keon as your key backups because they know the system and all that, and they're proven. And well, Lamb is proven, Keon has improved. And although I can't say I've seen a standout camp yet from Keon so far. He's been all right. He hasn't been terrible, but he's been all right. But today they did a lot of that so you can get Keon to play left tackle. And remember, preseason, we're going to get to see a lot of that. So we'll get to see some Keon and we'll get to see some Patrick Paul too. So that's pretty exciting to see how the youngin, handles it. The challenge for Paul, and you'll see it, is the speed guys. So it's with the big lumbering guys, it's footwork. And they've got to know how to shift and reset themselves and be ready. And it's just not an easy thing. But sometimes they overthink it. Sometimes they overcommit. And so it's technique about it all. And so a guy like Teron Armstead is very important for a Patrick Paul. So we'll see what happens, on Friday night with that. That's pretty cool. Yeah. All right. Can we please go get the center from Pittsburgh? Or how do you know they can get him? How do you know they can get him? How do you know they can trade for him? You sure? Or is it just that you keep reading media saying about it? I'm just wondering. Because it's interesting that I hear that parroted because it's, said by others because it's considered the obvious move at this point in time, right? So the question is, do you go get him? Can you get him? Is he available? I don't know. You tell me. Is James Daniels available? Are you going to be able to trade for him? Plays guard, plays center, been in the league for for 4 years, maybe 5 years, something like that. No, he's in his second. No, he's like 6 or 7 actually. So he's been in the league for a while, and he's the guy that everybody is talking about. Rapper Nelly arrested for allegedly drug possession near St. Louis. Anyway, so I don't know, man. I know that they traded for the Mason McCormick kid. I mean, they drafted the South Dakota kid. So it's all right. They don't need him. He's versatile, but it's early in the season. What happens if McCormick or Frazier get injured? What happens then? Then they'll need James Daniels. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't even know if he's available. That's the thing. I'm not exactly sure if he's available. Let's see. Salaries for teachers and first responders should be higher. It's criminal how low they're always being paid. I know. I agree. Big O, you can stake through the Wallet Connect protocol. If you're not staking, then I will not. You got a special family. Thank you, J Slim. I would stake. I just don't. I got to figure. I didn't know. I heard Tangem was adding staking. I didn't know they already added it. So you say you can stake through the Wallet Connect protocol. Okay, I will. If I trust Tangem to your coins are even safer after staking. I mean, it's already safe because it's cold storage wallet anyways, but yeah, dude, definitely. Okay, I just got to figure out how to do it now. Oh, very cool. You know what? I'll probably go on YouTube after and check out a video and see how to do it. And when I find out how to do it, you damn right I'm going to do it. When I go to the menu to connect to the D apps, no. App settings. No, I don't see it, man. All right, I'm gonna not good stuff to do on show, but I gotta check that out. Okay. Michelle Kaufman improves reports that Messi's ankle has improved, but he's still not playing tomorrow, which that was kind of expected. Let's see what else. Remember Taj Washington, Schwartz, Odell, Barrios, Waddle, and Ezukama are all out with injuries. The Waddle injury, the coach said he doesn't think it's serious. I don't know if the Barrios one is. Odell, I'm telling you, he's trending in a very positive direction that you shouldn't be concerned about him missing time. Let me just do it that way for you. Okay, Odell's absence should not be a concern at all from what I'm hearing. That's all I'm telling you. Okay? None. So it's more precautionary than anything else from what I think. Rajan says, a lot of my students hate me. There's a serious lack of work ethic with kids today. No joke. I had to fail 10 students out of class of 20 last semester. Yeah, it happens. Man, the upbringing nowadays, not every kid has a mom and dad at home. Not every kid has a mom and dad that will ride them. Not every kid has either a mom or just a dad that will ride them, that will make sure they do their homework, that will make sure that they eat right, that they, that they're not screwing around and hanging around with the wrong people and all the kind of crap that used to happen with us when we were younger. There's not enough of that. Quite honestly, the wrong people are having kids. And that's not my line. I'm going to give that line to the person that deserves 100% of the credit for that. Neil Rogers, rest in peace, sir. He used to say it all the time. This was a long time ago. The wrong people are having kids. And that's what's going on. The wrong people are having kids. Okay? All right. That's all. See kids that are abandoned, kids that are left in closed hot cars to die. Happens like all the time. You know, just it's just all a messed up thing, dude, unfortunately. Sucks, but it is what it is. Smash the hell out of the like button, bro. Get us over 200. We need 5 more to get over 200, baby. Let's go. Welt and Rayom. We love talking about Welt and Rayom. We love talking about Jeff Welt and Daniel Rayom. They know how to get it done. 954-966-4646. So many of us have to deal with Debbie that just went by and left a ton of damage, water damage, folks. Before you ever call the insurance company, you call Welt and Rayom. 954-966-4646. They've got their own adjusters. They will go there, send their adjusters, and then they will tackle the insurance company for you. You don't have to deal with the insurance company. Let them crush the insurance company. Bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. They're all there. Check it out. They can take care of you. Welt and Rayom. The consultation's completely free. Completely free. So call them. It maybe happened to you a month ago, 2 months ago, 6 months ago. You don't know if you have a case. Maybe it happened a year ago. You don't know if you have a case, and maybe the time hasn't passed, and you can still do it. Call Welt and Rayom, folks. 954-966-4646. I feel like I have failed when I have failed a student. Well, Ragin, every teacher is supposed to feel like that because you actually give a shit about what you're doing. But deep down inside, it's really not your fault. And you know it. And I know it. And most of those parents may not want to admit it, but deep down inside, they know it. You know, just kind of like that kind of deal. So it's not your fault, dude. There's not the proper upbringing in a lot of homes. That's all. And they let their kids go awry and do whatever they want. And that's just not the way it goes. And it's not your fault or a lot of teachers that can't reach certain kids. You people are as special as it gets. The best part about kids is making them Thornton Mellon. There you go. My son has never had a grade below an A in his life. My wife worked with him every day. Sounds like my wife. That's why my daughter was such a great student, because she dedicated herself and her mom was right there with her, helping her out. Whenever she needed it, her mom was always there. Not me, because I'm a big dummy, but the mother, my wife, ultimate freaking ass kicker in life. Period. End of story. The pillar of stability of our home. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you, bro. Sounds exactly like my wife. My wife worked with him every day. Next up, he's going to law school. Proud dad here. Yeah, bro. Yeah. And if she's a teacher and a mother, Jesus Christ, that's an angel with wings. Mother and a teacher. Holy shit. We don't deserve those people. Ever since Neil Rogers did a parody of Bob Seger, Night Moves, and it called me to bowel moves. Yes, yes. Woke last night to the sound of thunder. Yeah, I remember. Ah, yes. All the money you've ever spent on food has been literally flushed down the toilet. Big O, that's the truth. It reminds me of the movie Idiocracy. Why am I pronouncing that wrong? Too many people having kids who suck. Idiocracy? Is that how it's pronounced? Why does it sound wrong? Why does my brain feel scrambled right now? Anyway, it used
Idiocracy.
Idiocracy. There we go. That's it. No wonder I'm going like, what the hell, man? Idiocracy. Yes, it sounds exactly like that. Yes. God, that actually, I'm the definition of it right now. It used to be when you were a kid, mom made discipline, but dad was the nuclear option. Yeah, that's kind of what it is. Yeah. Dad usually is the nuclear option. Yeah. Neil and Mad Dog were the best. Yes, they are. Always will be. Yes. Yes. It's the future we're in now. Well, I would not put it past it. What can I tell you? What can I tell you, folks? Oh, man. Acura Pembroke Pines. We love talking about Acura Pembroke Pines. In fact, we'll be there this Friday hanging out with Larry Schlossberg and Pat Nasto and Tony Stampone. And then we'll run into Pat again next week, but because Pat is everywhere. He's like Sagua Fair. He's everywhere. But right now at 15601 Pines Boulevard, if you want to get electrified, the ZDX is in, baby. And you could get a lease loyalty at $469 a month and all others $499 a month, folks. 2.9% financing for 48 months. The MDX $479, 3.9% financing for 60 months. And the new Integra $319 a month, 3.9% financing for 60 months. You're going to love the service because that's one thing about Craig Zinn. Wherever you go, whatever dealership you go to, there's a reason why they've grown and grown and grown and grown, and they have so many dealerships, different models of cars. But the one thing that is true wherever you go is the service. They are going to pay attention to you. They are going to listen to you. They're not going to try to oversell you. They're not going to try to force you into anything that you don't want. This is why you want to go where Larry Schlossberg and all the great people are at 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75. And Pines, finest dealership in the business, baby. Nobody better than Acura of Pembroke Pines. And they kick everybody's ass. Number one. There's no Acura dealership that touches them. Let's see. I was raised by my maternal grandparents and my mother. When I got in trouble in school, if you mentioned calling my grandfather, I would piss my pants. Man, he had a size 11 pinky ring, hands like mitts. Yeah. Cuban households aren't fun. You will get your ass kicked in old-time Cuban households. Yeah. Yep. And by the way, every ass kicking I got, every belt whooping, hit by a broom, hit by shoes, anything, I deserved it. Didn't have a problem with it. Might have cried, hated it at the moment, but then deep down inside, I knew I was guilty. So you kind of knew you were going to get it. See, when you know you're going to get an ass kicking if you do this and you get busted and then you get an ass kicking, you can't get mad at your parents for it. You knew you were going to get your ass kicked. You knew the belt was coming. You knew whatever she had in her hand, she was going to hit you with it. It's kind of the way it goes. So, but today's kid thinks that, well, wait a minute, I didn't deserve that, but yes, you did. And that's the difference right there. It's like, you were in your neighborhood, you got your ass kicked, you're crying around your friends. Because sometimes this wasn't like they pulled you aside away from everybody to rip you or hit you. No. You might get your ass kicked right in front of everybody. And then everybody knows why you got your ass kicked. It was a whole different upbringing back in those days. Whole different kind of upbringing. You laughed about it. You made fun about it. You were the brunt of the jokes at the moment, all that. And then time passes. Pain passes. And then you just move on. I just think we were different. We were brought up differently. We kind of, we kind of understood. We didn't really say like we didn't deserve it. We actually talked about it. We kind of predicted it. Oh shit, if they catch us. Now they don't want to pay any price for their infractions. It's weird, man. It's weird. Let's see. Funny movie, Big O. You should watch it. Well, I belong in it after that. Let's see. My boy's 22 years old. All he wants is to see Miami win a Super Bowl. Well, I'm 57. That's all I want. I was talking with Travis about that today, Wingfield. And he goes to me, well, maybe they'll be in position for the next year to. I'm like, Travis, you're already giving up on this year? No, bro, don't do this to me. I'm 57. I'm about to be 58. I need a Super Bowl now. The last time we won, I was 7 and 8 years old, dude. You don't really enjoy a Super Bowl when you're 7 or 8, bro. You don't. And after all the suffering I've had lately, oh my God, I will enjoy this more than anything else. Outside of my daughter's birth, marrying my wife, this will be third. Right? I think. Yeah, pretty much. It'll be third. Yeah, big time. I need it now, bro. I need it badly. Badly. I mean, we're traveling so much this year. Hopefully we'll travel to more games than 3. But this would be the perfect year because then we'll end up traveling to the Super Bowl and be able to cover this whole thing. It'd be awesome. It'd be just fantastic. Really would be cool. I definitely deserve it too. Wouldn't change a damn thing. They adored me. I miss them. Great. Why am I so sensitive these days? Crying for anything. I wasn't like that before. Oh, that happens to me all the time with movies. All the time, man. My mom's threat was a fly swatter. Never was physically hurt, but man, that thing stings like hell. Yeah. I never got hit by a fly swatter. Shoes, sandals, broom, hand, foot, belts, trying to think of what else I've been hit with. I think that's about it. I'm trying to think that I know there's some odd object. One of the kids in our group got hit by a spoon. I never got the spoon, but that was a funny one. It's really funny when he got hit with the big spoons that serve the beans. Like the old man got it and went, see, okay, got, and you thought he was cleaning him, got, bah, right there, right in the forehead, and left like a red mark. Boy, we were laughing our asses off because he hid steak in his pocket, and the mom busted him because he didn't want to eat the steak, kids. And so if you hide the steak in your pocket, what's coming, bro? So he got busted. The old lady was like, hey, wait a minute, that steak disappeared too quickly. And when you're a kid, bro, make the little pieces disappear. Don't cut half the steak and throw half the steak in your pocket. She knows you didn't eat half the steak in 1 second. So, boom, half the steak. And, see, because you're wasting food. Brother, you're wasting food. That's some shit that in Latin house, I can only speak about Latin households. You waste food in Latin households, and they're pissed. They're pissed. I mean, kids' pockets are like a cotton candy burrito. There's all kinds of crap in there, and you stick your steak in there. That's it. It's done. There's all kinds of shit in there. Steak's done. You pull it out. There's lint and peanut butter and whatever, and you're like, the hell is going on here? So yeah, so they got that. Let's see. In the South, we got switched, and they made you pick the stick, and it wasn't big enough. My kids are good peeps and never did that to them. Fear can be brought on other ways. Well, now it's different. What we had to do with rarely with my daughter or whatever, it's take away the phone, take away the Wii or something like that. That's how you do it nowadays. We're a different era, completely different era. Kids nowadays, you just got to take away their electronics. That's how you weaken them. That's their kryptonite. Take away their phone, their TVs, and all that. Oh, boy, that's it. Take away their PSP, right? That's it. That's how you weaken it. Take away a boy's video games and his phone, and the kid's, he's going crazy. He's in a rubber room, basically. So, yeah. Big O, I'm with you. I'm 49. I never seen Miami win a Super Bowl. Well, I saw him win, but I was too young. It's just not. It's like you tell me, yeah, no, I saw him win, but yeah, I saw him win, but I'm 7 and 8 years old, dude. Do I really know what's going on? Nah. I really like my Tonka truck. That's what I really like then. We need that Super Bowl like J.G. Wentworth needs that money now. Call J.G. Wentworth. 877 cash now, right? Something like that. I've always been a radio person because I can remember jingles. It doesn't matter, WA, MCO, whatever, it doesn't matter what it is. Well, you'll love it at Levitt's. I've been a radio TV geek my entire life. And that's why I ended up doing this for 34 years. Because somehow or another, I was always tied to this business one way or another as I was growing up. Always admired it one way or another. So, not surprised. And I remember all those stupid things, jingles like that, all that will come to my mind like right away. Don't know why. Have no idea. Agree. I've seen 3 or 4 of my South Florida teams win a championship. The Fins is missing piece to complete the Holy Grail. Plus, we'll get Inter this year. So we need the Dolphins to recently win it, so that way we kind of have, all 5 in recent history. Yes, Tua is actually moving nice in the pocket. You can tell he's got a little extra quickness. Again, he's not going to be running 70 yards a game and not going to be running for multiple first downs every game, and he's not going to be Mr. Scrambler or anything. This is do what Marino did. Do what Peyton Manning did. Do what Tom Brady did. Buy yourself the extra quarter, half a second, 3/4 second. Evade the rush. Move a little bit, manipulate the pocket. That's all it is. And that's where he's going to have a little bit more. Don't take it to the extreme that all of a sudden he's going to become Josh Allen. No, he's going to be, he's so quick now. He's Lamar Jackson. No, it's not the case. Okay. It's just for him to be able to move around a little bit more inside the pocket to buy himself a little bit more time. He did it yesterday on a rollout to the right where he bought himself some time and then completed the pass. Chancletas flying by me when I was a kid. LOL. Yeah, always. Always. Clothes hanger. Yes. I got hit by a clothes hanger. Yes. Yes. That's a good one. I remember that. No, I never got hit by a beer can. No. Steak in pocket. Yeah, bro. Kids do that shit. They don't want to eat the steak. My mom threw a butter knife at me and she missed me and it hit my little sister. Hello. Wow. Damn. That's when they're mad and whatever they have in their hands, just be careful. I'm just saying. Tommy Mayer's in the house. My Sicilian mom would chase me around with a wooden spoon. Ooh, yeah, those things are wicked. We need a president like Terry Crews. President Camacho. Terry Crews, huh? He'd be doing his speech and moving his tits. It'd be great. inflections with his tits. Yeah, that'd be great. His chest is moving all around. Yeah. My kitchen utensil and a clothes hanger for some reason. I got hit for not knowing math questions like long division, LOL. Indian parents or a trip. That's funny, Karun. See, I didn't get I got to laugh at this because my wife did ton of homework with my daughter, right? Ton of homework, getting her established in the rhythm and all that stuff. Do you know, and I don't hold this against them ever in my life. I don't know how many of you. My mom and dad never did one homework with me. Not one. Nope. I mean, my dad was barely around once I was 7. They were divorced. And so I was already living in a, separated life. So I was living with my mom and I went to live with my dad later on as a teenager, but I didn't get to see my dad much. But even up to like 7 when he was around. And then when I went to high school, it wasn't like he was going to do anything with me there either. And my mom never did one piece of homework with me, ever. Ever. I never had a parent to sit down and do anything with me. Never. I love my dad. I went fishing with him, went to do all kinds of things. We never really played catch. Things like that fathers and sons do. We never did any of that. It's just weird like that. What else do we have here? I used to have to pick the switch off the tree. That's what Pat in Nashville said. I never had that. That's more, I don't think that's a Latin thing, a Cuban thing. Let me not say Latin. Picking a switch, that's not a Latin thing. Latins, brother, whatever they have in their hands, that's it. They no switch. They got a broom, pa pa pa. They go belt, pa pa pa. That's it. Hand, avion. Yeah, definitely. No, they don't. That's not a Cuban thing. The switch thing is not a Cuban thing. That's in other cultures. Moving in pocket stretches defenses. Yes, definitely. Do I like ham radio? I don't have one. Should I get one? Is the world coming to an end? Only place I can contact somebody? In fact, do you have your ham radio inside a lead box? It's a question for you. Because if we get hit by one of those, what's that thing that zaps all the microchips and all that kind of stuff, then it kills your ham radio. But if you have it inside a lead box, after the whole thing happens, then you can pull out the ham radio and use it. There you go. So for you, ham radio, I don't have one, but I mean, if you're going to prepare for the end of the world, then make sure you have it in a lead box. Okay. There you go. Is the NFL getting any talent from the CFL? They've always gotten talent from the CFL every once in a while. Usually 1 or 2 guys will trickle in from the CFL. We've gotten Mark Dixon. We've gotten Cam Wake. And I know I'm missing somebody else. 2 really good players, by the way, in Cam Wake and that linebacker, Egwavon. We got him from the CFL. And no, actually, I think there's somebody else now. You guys can help me out with that. But yeah, everybody's always like fished out a guy or 2 from the CFL. Jeff Garcia, who went to San Francisco, came from the CFL. Joe Theismann came from the CFL. Okay. Warren Moon came from the CFL and went to the Hall of Fame. So yeah. But Dolphins-wise, we've gotten a few of those guys over the years too. Yeah. There's another lineman I think I'm missing. Let's see. Big O, my father left school in the 3rd grade, so he couldn't have helped me with homework. Yeah. My dad too. My dad struggled with the English language. So there was no way. But my mom knew English. My mom didn't do anything with me homework-wise, but she knew. She worked for an American company, so she knew. But that was just something that it wasn't part of my culture and my family. It just wasn't. I was on my own. No big deal. I survived, bro. I'm good. Yes.
Dolphins with CFL ties. Sam Egwavon, you said OJ Brigance.
OJ Brigance.
Sorry. Chuck Klingbeil.
Chuck Klingbeil, crazy some bitch. Yes.
Safety Jake Scott.
Oh, man, legend. Yes, Hall of Famer.
Brandon Ayambandejo.
Yes.
Dejo, sorry. Marcus Thigpen.
But by the way, both Ayambandejo and the first one you said, the second name, OJ Brigance. Brigance, unfortunately, he left Miami, went to the Ravens, and he ended up paralyzing himself, unfortunately. And then I think he still works for the Ravens organization in some capacity. I think he started working for him. I don't know what he's doing now, or I don't know if we lost him too. I'm not exactly sure, but he was a beautiful human being, man. Both of those guys were standout special teamers, and they were both excellent dudes, bro. I got to know both of those guys. Really good dudes, man. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Marcus Thigpen.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. Yes.
Mark Dixon, you said, and then
Cam Wake?
They put, Cam Wake too, but then they also have got Ricky Williams when he played with Toronto.
Yeah, that's fine. But that's, yeah.
But yeah, so, so those, and then Cam, of course.
Yeah, that's like Doug Flutie. Like he first went to the NFL, then went to the CFL, and then came back to the NFL. And that doesn't count. The Ricky doesn't count. Ricky had to go because he was suspended. That's why, Puerto Rican parents, my father would put rice on the floor and make us kneel when we did anything wrong. Ooh, bro, I felt like that in my wedding. My wedding, my wife and I had to kneel for, I want to say 45 minutes. And I don't know what the shit is called that is like draping all over the dress, but not the dress. It's like it's like a veil, right? And some veil that was over the table, the little bench where you put your knees on. And that son of a bitch had all kinds of pearls and just crap on it. And for 45 minutes, I was like, I was super happy to get married. And I wasn't nervous at all, dude. Like at all. None. I was in a party mode. I was super happy, everything. But for those 45 minutes, inside I was cringing like, did we have to put pearls and shit on this thing so we can kneel on it? So all I know is if my daughter gets married or when she gets married, that will be my only suggestion to her. Okay? If you got to kneel for 45 minutes, kneel on something comfortable, like cushion. Bastards. Anyway. Let's see. Oh, Sean may have to put a trigger warning on this episode. I think Theismann went to the CFL because he didn't want to play in Miami. No, I don't think that's what it was, dude. I think he went to the CFL because they didn't think he was good enough. And then he came back to the NFL. I think that's how it went. Just like Jeff Garcia or Cam Wake. That he just wasn't good enough at the moment to make it in the NFL. He had to go to the CFL. So, yeah. I was curious if you or Sean liked him being in broadcast. I always thought it was an interesting hobby. What's he talking about? I'm not sure what William Rod is talking about there. Ray Finkel also came to the Dolphins from the CFL. The CFL game itself is a better product. 3 downs and a larger field means more action, faster game. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm good with the NFL the way it is. My dad was never around when my parents divorced. My mom worked 3 jobs to get by and was never home. I took care of my younger brother and sister since I was in 3rd grade. I grew up fast. Yeah, that's how it is. My mom didn't get home till like 5 o'clock every day working. I was one of those latchkey kids, right? You get home and there's nobody there. And so you're there till, the afternoons and stuff. And so, I mean, she has to support us. So yeah, it was rough for her, man. Really rough for her. She had to balance everything. So it wasn't easy. That's why, to me, I don't care about that, but I'm glad that, I'm happy that I've been able to provide my daughter what I didn't have. 2 parents at home all the time. 2 parents that tell her they love her all the time, support her and everything. And we're still here, and one thing that I had to move around. I didn't go to the junior high that went with the elementary or the high school that went with the junior high or whatever. And I ended up having to meet new people all the time. I promised I would not do that to my daughter, that she would stay in the same neighborhood, all those kind of things. So a lot of the shit that I had to go through, which I don't mind, I'm good with that. I had a great childhood. I had a really fun childhood. But I want to make sure, because not every kid survives that. I was out in the street a lot, and I hung out in the streets a lot that I should have ended up in a lot of trouble. This is what I should have ended up in. A lot of people I hung around with that were involved in a lot of bad shit. I should have ended up in that area too, and I didn't. But that would happen to a lot of people. So you want to make sure that you can provide the environment that I didn't have, that I had. I want to make sure that environment did not exist. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's kind of what you want to do. You want to make things better than they were for you. Let's see. Do you guys remember Theismann when he did Sunday Night Football on ESPN? He was with 2 other guys. I thought he was really good. Yeah, man. He was with Paul, the guy from Buffalo, Paul something, really funny guy. And then the other guy, man, I can see his face right now, kind of blondish hair, a little balding, a very good broadcaster. But yeah, I remember that trio. They did a very good job. There we go. Paul McGuire. That's it. And Mike Patrick. Thank you. Good job by you, Brett. Good job by you. That was it. Paul McGuire was a trip, dude. Total Bills homer when he did the show, when he did the broadcast. Total Bills homer. But credit to him that he at least, he was funny. He was entertaining. He was part of that Joe Namath kissing thing. I actually have that sound of Paul McGuire talking about Joe Namath. I remember that. All right, let's get to a little music. All righty. All right, let's start off with musicians born on this date. Raul Malo with the Mavericks, born on this date in 1965. Ian Dench with EMF, you unbelievable. Oh! Born in 1964. Bruce Dickinson, singer for Iron Maiden, born on this date in 1958. Pete Way, he was the bassist for UFO. Also, Pete Way, I think, is also part of Fastway with Fast Eddie Clark and Pete Way. Fastway, if I remember correctly. Born on this date in 1951. We lost him in 2020. B.J. Thomas was born in this date in 1942. And that is it. Now let's go with other famous people born on this date. Jalen Hurts is 26 today. Sidney Crosby is 37. Charlize Theron is 49. Mike Trout is 33. DeMar DeRozan is 35. Let's see. Who else celebrating birthdays today? Man, the list is dry. Kyler Murray is 27 today. And Tobin Bell, movie actor, is 82. Pop singer Carlos Vives is 63. Those are famous birthdays today. Sean, do we have any wrestlers celebrating birthdays today?
Yes, we do. Marty Bell, she turns 36. And Chris Statlander of AEW fame is 29. Those are your birthdays for August 7th.
All right. Let's see what happened today in music history on August 7th. First of all, in 1970, Fleetwood Mac welcomed their new member, Christine McVie, the wife of bass player John McVie, to the band. In 74, the Jay Giles Band singer Peter Wolf married actress Faye Dunaway. They would divorce 5 years later. In 76, Elton John and Kiki D had the number one song in America and the UK with Don't Go Breaking My Heart. In 2002, 3 members of Oasis were injured when a taxi they were riding in crashed while the band was in Indianapolis during their U.S. tour. Noel Gallagher, Andy Bell, and Jay Darlington all went to the hospital to get treated for cuts and bruises. Their concert that night was called off. In 65, Herman's Hermits went to number one with their song, I'm Henry VIII, I Am. In 82, Fleetwood Mac began a 5-week run on the top of the charts with their album, Mirage. I know it's Mirage, just having fun. In 2006, Evanescence released their hit song, Call Me When You're Sober. And that's what happened today in music history. Faye Dunaway, another smoke show. Yep, she had her day. She was a smoke show in her day. All righty. Hey, if the Dolphins win the Super Bowl, will you ever wear any whale logo? You know, I was thinking about that. And if they make the Super Bowl stuff only in whale logo, I will have no choice. Yeah, what am I going to do? Not buy a Super Bowl winning? I love hats. I have tons of hats. I'm not going to buy a Super Bowl hat because of the ugly logo. I'll buy it. What the hell? But eventually they'll give me one with the old logo and I'll buy that one too. But early on, I could see only the new logo being part of the Super Bowl champion stuff. You know? So now what they should do, this is what they should do. When they make it to the Super Bowl this year, wear the old logo. That's all. That's it. Wear the old logo. Christine McVie, formerly known as Christine Perfect from the blues band Chicken Shack. Yes, sir. Are you thinking of Prometheus? Oh, you're talking to True Fin fan. I just can't see you wearing anything with that dreadful whale. I know I don't want to wear that dreadful whale, but if it's a Super Bowl champion hat and it only comes with that dreadful, you know what? I know what to do. I'll buy the hat and it'll have Super Bowl champion all over it, but it won't be on the logo. And then I'll replace it with an old logo. I got connections. I got people that will do it for me. So there you go. I just figured, see, there's always, you just got to sit down and think sometimes, how do I get around this? How do I figure this out? So I buy the Super Bowl hat. It says Super Bowl champion, whatever this, that, and it has a logo. So now I take off that logo and I put on this logo and that's it. That's all. Set. Big O, that is genius. You know, I'm here for you guys. I'm here for you all the time in every way, shape, and form. Doesn't matter what it is. Even if I'm not a financial advisor, we still come through for you. Oh, man. Sam says, already planned for it. There you go. Sam is ready to go. Maybe, just maybe, I create my own Miami Dolphins Super Bowl hat the day of the Super Bowl. And I take it with me to the Super Bowl, and then I whip it out, and the hat too, when we win. And that way people look at me like, where'd you get that, bro? Like, we just won the Super Bowl. I think I might just do something like that. No, but you don't want to jinx it, right? You got to wait. I don't know. That might be, maybe I shouldn't do that because I don't want to jinx it either. You know? Big O, I see what you did there. Great idea. But the hat, change the logo. I too shall be a logo changer. Oh, man. NFL would tackle you and sue. They could try. They could try. But they can't. You seen this one anywhere? Homemade, baby. Homemade. I don't know if you guys watch the show enough, but I've worn this hat a couple times. But this is a hat I made. I mean, I didn't make it. I had somebody that's an expert make it for me. But this is the perfect hat to take to practice, but I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to sweat this hat up. This thing's ass kicking. Is this the freshest hat there is of these kind of hats? Yeah, the freshest hat there is, bro. So there you go. Goddamn right, this hat is cool. This hat is super cool, bro. This is one of the baddest hats I've ever owned in my life, bro. You know, this is a great idea to make this hat. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm a financial planner. No, not really. I'm not going to say that either. I'm not. You make your own decision with your own money. I'm no financial advisor, no financial planner. I'm just doing what I do, and that's it. You do what you want to do with your own money. That way it's your own decisions, not mine. That's for damn sure. Don't forget, folks, you can always make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can also make a Bitcoin donation too, which we always love, a little Bitcoin donation, folks. And let me tell you, our Larmo is back. And folks, if you're feeling safe and secure in your home, or maybe you're not, well, unfortunately, millions of Americans are very vulnerable now to break-ins every year. But listen, folks, you can have peace of mind knowing your home is protected 24/7, like Sean Stanley's home, like my home with Slomin's Home Shield. And their home security right now, folks, they understand the importance of security. That's why they're offering a free home security system with a free professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. The free system includes a panel and keyboard and up to 10 door contacts, window decals, lawn sign, professional installation, lifetime service, communication device, and battery backup. Slomin's Home Security offers custom top-of-the-line home security systems that are designed to detect intruders, alert the authorities, and give you the real-time updates right to your smartphone. And their state-of-the-art central station monitoring center has you 24/7 protection. I've been under it for over 2 years now. So has Sean Stanley. We know anything and everything that's going on in our homes. You can have cameras inside. You can have cameras outside. And the motion senses anything right away. So sometimes I'll have something getting delivered to my house. And if traffic catches me and the person gets there before I do, I see him walk up to my door. And then I just talk to him from the device on the door and say, hey, do me a favor, just leave it there. I'll be there in a minute. Boom. Or sometimes I'm watching television and the doorbell rings and I've got my dogs going crazy, running into the front door, and that front door is trembling. Funniest shit, by the way, is watching the people back away from the door because they hear these dogs. Because if I open the door, those dogs will eat you alive. But anyway, so I get to, oh, it's somebody selling something. So I don't do anything. I don't even answer. I don't tell them anything. I just let them whatever. And then they leave because the dogs, they think there's nobody home because the dogs are there, which I love, by the way. I don't know how you don't have dogs in your home. Like everybody should have a dog in your home. Your dog makes life so much better, bro. Besides protection and all the other stuff. So do it, folks, because Slomin's offers top-of-the-line home security system that's designed to detect intruders. So don't wait until it's too late. Protect your home, your family, and your valuables with Slomin's home security. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME today to schedule your free installation and start your sleeping better tonight. We're like in 14 states. So please, 1-800-ALARM-ME and tell them that you heard it on the Big O Radio Show. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME. All right, all right, all right. Okay. Big O, I have a hat that's almost like that, but the new logo. You see? That's where you're screwed up. What can I do? Daughter got it for me for a Bimini boat trip. That's awesome, bro. It's awesome. Screwing around, you know that. Hey, replace it. Have a pro replace it. What the hell? Let me see. Oh, said you're not during me today. Let me say it again. I am not a financial advisor. Definitely not. Definitely not a financial advisor. Or are you holding out on us? We need that hat. No, I only made this hat for myself. I can't make this hat and sell, bro. I would get sued. Crazy? I could never do anything and sell with the Dolphin logo or anything. No way, dude. I just made this personally for me. That's all. So that's it. I wish but I don't even know how the Dolphins don't have this on their website. You know what? I should go to practice with this hat the next time. And I should show it to them and say, yo, guys, make this already. This would sell here in South Florida, especially with all the sun. I know a lot of people would buy this hat in South Florida. It's a badass hat, man. True Fin Fan says, holy shit, I can replace it. LOL. There you go. And your daughter won't even know the difference. Like, don't do it and don't tell her. And just wear the hat. And she won't even think about it, I bet. Try that, please, bro. I don't know if she's watching the show now and she knows already. Then the joke's no longer a joke. But change it and see if she notices it. Because women are great about that. They notice everything. We don't notice anything. My wife will dye her hair, same kind of color or whatever, but just a little lighter shade or whatever. And I won't notice it for days. I'm terrible. God, I'm terrible. I do that all the time. But I can do anything. Hey, you trimmed your nose hairs. Oh, yeah, thanks, hon. Hey, you cut your hair. Hey, she'll notice anything. Hey, a freckle disappeared. I don't know. She'll notice anything. We don't notice anything. We're terrible. Let's see. Oh, soon before society. Well, some people will be paid in crypto. It's coming. It's coming. But we've got to make it more mass adoption. It's got to get to we're years away from that. But it's got to get to a point where it's mass adoption. And then eventually it'll come. Because eventually some of you will say, no, I'd like my money in Bitcoin. And then that way your money's going to grow instead of dollars that aren't going to grow. That's why banks, it's important, dude. Banks are necessary. Okay. I know self-custody and all that kind of stuff, but the world is not going to go to self-custody right away. It's going to take decades. And it'll never happen probably. So you're always going to need banks. And people are lazy. And they're going to need, and banks are good to hold the stuff for them. So eventually they need to get crypto because the dollar is, it's kind of trash. So they need to get crypto. And then eventually a lot of you will, if banks were involved more people would have gotten into crypto because they would have taken it more seriously and they would have said, okay, this is the thing. Right now, they're still not convinced, which is crazy, but that's all right. It's kind of how it is. What are you going to do? New shirt idea. Outline of Shula and McDaniels face-to-face with the Lombardi in the middle. Ooh, that's nice. That hat would sell here in Arizona for sure. For sure. My son, my daughter, and all are watching. LOL. This show is part of the family, bro. Remember, we all went on walk-ons. Oh, yeah, we went to walk-ons plus one boyfriend, cover blown. He's only kidding me, huh? Tony Montana's voice. Man. Well, it was an idea. Maybe we could have gotten away with it. You know what I'm saying? But at least now we're training her. She knows to focus on the proper logo in the future. You know what I'm saying? By the way, how bad is it in New England? Okay, that Brandon Ayuk, the Patriots were willing to pay him $30 million a year. Okay, they were willing to give up the compensation for the trade, and he doesn't want to go to the Patriots. I mean, how bad is that? Have you seen anything, Sean, yet? Has he been, is there any trade? I don't think so, right? But the Patriots are out because he wants no part of the Patriots. He wants his money, but he wants to play for Pittsburgh. But I think Pittsburgh's not willing to pay the price. If I'm Pittsburgh, let me ask you this. If I'm Pittsburgh, why would I trade for a receiver? I happen to be one of the best teams, one of the 3 or 5 best teams in the NFL at drafting receivers the last 20 years, 15, 20 years, whatever. They always find receiver, and they don't even have to draft them in the first round. That would be kind of a panic move for this team. I get it, because, you need receivers in this league. But a team that has been so resourceful when it comes to receiver, I know the Claypool thing didn't work out for them and all that, and I know Pickens is a talent, but he's kind of a head case also. Pittsburgh can draft, but you start thinking about some of the issues they've had with certain guys, or Claypool and Antonio Brown, and and Pickens also kind of being a little bit of a dude. You also got to start maybe picking guys that maybe a little better character. You know what I'm saying? To make it a little easier, because man, Mike Tomlin, years ago, I thought he was kind of losing it a little bit. But then when you realized he was balancing Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, and Ben Roethlisberger and still winning, it was like, wow, this guy's special. Because it was there were a couple years where, and you were like, hey, what's going on? And it's just, they got to do a better job in the front office with some of the character of some of their players. You know what I'm saying? But man, they're so good at finding receivers. I mean, how bad is it in New England? The Patriots were willing to pay him $30 million a year. Okay, they were willing to give up the compensation for the trade, and he doesn't want to go to the Patriots. It's interesting that they would try to be involved in the Ayuk trade. Apparently they're out, and then New England's been kicked out because he doesn't want to go there. How the mighty have fallen. Boy, it's going to be a nice, ugly season for the Patriots. And you know what? The Patriots probably deserve about the next 20 years of ugly, since they've done enough winning for a lifetime. You know? Yes, sir.
So it seems that they're at a standstill right now because all the teams that are offering the 49ers what they want, Ayuk doesn't want to go to. And all the teams that are giving Ayuk what he wants, the 49ers aren't happy with what they're getting back in the trade. So there's a standstill and in no hurry to get anything done per Adam Schefter.
All right. Well, whatever. That's their problem. You know? Tomlin is also able to play a TV doctor in that one show. That man does not sleep. No Doubt says that hat gets me every time. Oh, sweet. It is. It is. It's just an awesome hat. It's an awesome hat. And it really is a treat to have this hat because it's just it's one of a kind. I've never seen anybody with it. And it's just one that I know hardcore fans like me would love it. You know? So, yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Very blessed to have it. All right, we're out of here. We did 2.5 hours with no voice, pretty much. So we appreciate all of you out there. Please hit the like button before you get out. Man, get us to 300. How about that? We're at 230. Get us to 300 when you're watching the show, please. Smash the hell out of that like button. Always important. Tomorrow we will be at, it'll be an afternoon show again. And we'll be at Hialeah Park. So there you go. And then Friday we'll be at Acura of Pembroke Pines. Don't forget to visit our merchandise store. There's our QR code. And again, all the rest of the colored shirts come in tomorrow and Friday. So by the weekend, everything should be shipped out and out to your houses by Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. So finally, and we get to move on from all of that, which is fantastic. It's been a little bit of a mission the last couple of months. Anyway, appreciate it. Thank you all. We appreciate Sean Stanley as always. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place, same bat channel.